Welcome to my FIFA 22 Manchester City ratings prediction video. Manchester City were Premier League winners and Champions League finalists. They've got an absolutely stacked squad. They've signed Grealish for £100 million, potentially going to sign Kane. I've got him in this video, and I think next year Manchester City are going to have a very, very highly rated squad. Okay, we're going to start off with the biggest rumour that City have at the moment, which is Harry Kane. I think they've just prepared a €150 million bid for Kane, which is crazy, but he is a top player. In the Prem, he had 35 games, 23 goals, 14 assists, absolutely insane. And in the Champions League, well, he wasn't in it, but he did contribute in the Europa League a little bit. But I've given him a 90 rated card just because I feel like he definitely deserves it. Next, we've got City's brand new signing, Jack Grealish, £100 million. Crazy money. I mean, whether he's worth it or not is yet to be seen, but last year in the Prem he had 26 games, 6 goals, 12 assists in a Villa side which did quite well, which is very good stats, and I've given him an 83 rated card. Next, we've got Kevin De Bruyne, who I've kept at a 91 rated card. He had some very good stats. I think, he's City's best player, and when he's on form, he's unplayable, and I think if he can stay fit, he's definitely one of the top players in the Prem, top 3 I'd say. So yeah, I've kept him at a 91 rated card. Phil Foden had a very, very, very good season. I think this is probably his best season he's had so far. 28 games, 9 goals, 5 assists. Moved over to the left-hand side, as you can see, I put him as a left winger, and I've bumped him up to an 82 rated card. Very, very exciting player. I think he's going to be even better this season. Ruben Diaz, a very, very standout player for City this year. Absolutely rock at the back. Had a bit of a questionable Euros, but still had a great season for City. So I've given him an 84 rated. I feel like he definitely deserves that. He's just an absolute beast, and I think him and Stones are going to be one of the best centre-back partnerships for the next couple of years. Now, Raheem Sterling is an interesting one because I think in the Prem he had kind of an average season as well as in the Champions League, but in the Euros he did convince me that he is still a top player, and he just had a bit of an off season. I mean, 18 contributions in 31 games is still actually very good in the Prem. So, I couldn't downgrade him. I definitely don't think he quite deserves an upgrade, but I'm definitely keeping him at an 88 rated card. Riyad Mahrez, very, very, very good player, man. He's always been quite consistent. This year, I think he had a very good season. Just such a technical player, and had some good performances in the Champions League. So I've bumped him up to an 86 rated card. Definitely think he deserves that. Kyle Walker, the absolute sweat demon in FIFA. Whenever you see him in the start of FIFA, you just want to cry. He's such a beast. Even in real life, his pace, even in getting a bit older, he's still super quick. So I've given him an 85. I've kept him at the same. I mean, he had a very good season, but I don't think you could quite justify upgrading him, but I did upgrade his stats a little bit, just not his overall rating. João Cancelo, I bumped him up to an 85 rated card. Top player, had a great season this year with City. I think he definitely deserves that +2. John Stones had a very good season this year, recovered well from kind of a poor couple of years previously. Just was a stand-up player alongside Diaz, got a couple goals in the Prem, and was just solid at the back. So I've given him a +2 up to an 82 rated card. Rodri, I mean, what a great player. Always flies under the radar just because he does that job where you don't really notice him, but without him, the team just wouldn't be the same. He's a great passer of the ball, wins it back all the time. Just a top player. Like I say, flies under the radar a lot. So I bumped him up to an 86. I think he had a very, very good season, and he's a key player for Pep and that Man City side. Aymeric Laporte. Now, I have made a mistake here with this graphic. He should be a Spanish nationality on the card there, but did forget to do that. But he obviously plays for Spain now, played for Spain in the Euros. And I'd say, he did all right in the Euros, but just for City this season, he struggled for game time. Obviously, was injured a little bit, but with Diaz coming in and Stones having a really good season, he honestly struggled to get a place. So I've dropped him down to an 86. I still think he's a top player, and when he gets game time, he'll prove that, but had to drop him just because of the lack of game time and struggling to get into the side. Gundogan had a brilliant season. Really strong, middle to start part of the season. Kind of faded a little bit, but still very good 28 games, 13 goals, 3 assists. I've given him a nice boost in shooting. And I bumped him up to an 85 just because he had an amazing season, and he definitely deserves that +2 rating. Gabriel Jesus, kind of a poor season really. When City needed a striker, wasn't really too reliable for them. Ended up playing with a false nine a lot of the time, so I've dropped him down to an 82. I just know this Jesus could be a great player, but he just couldn't step up really when he needed to, and I just couldn't keep him at an 83, so I've dropped him down to an 82 rated card. Edison had a good season. I mean, as a keeper, you're always going to have a fairly good season when you've got Diaz and Stones in front of you and play for a side like Man City, but, made saves when he needed to, and I bumped him up to an 89. I think he deserves that. He is a top keeper, and like I say, just when you're in City, you can't prove as much how good you are, but I think he definitely deserves an 89 rated card. Fernandinho signed a 1-year extension with City. I mean, I don't know how old he is now, but he's getting on, but he's still such a key part of City's side. He's just a rock in midfield. You can always rely on him to do a job. I have dropped him down by 1 just because he's getting on a bit, and his performances maybe aren't as consistent just because he can't play as much, but like I say, still a top player, still deserves to be 83 rated, so that's what I've given Fernandinho. Okay, and finally we'll look at the last 4 cards I've done. We've got Mendy, who I've dropped down to a 79, just not really playing too much, and when he does, not looking particularly great. Fernan Torres I've kept the same, had a good few games in the season, but couldn't quite justify upgrading him. Same with Zinchenko, had a good few games, but yet again, couldn't really justify upgrading him, or couldn't justify downgrading him either. And Ake, I've dropped down to a 78. Struggles to get any game time. I think he's like 4th, maybe 5th choice at the back. And then against Leicester in the Super Cup, had a very bad game, giving away the penalty. So I have dropped him down to a 78. That's going to be it for my FIFA 22 Manchester City ratings prediction video. Obviously, not everyone's going to agree with those, but just my opinion. And if you want to drop what you think they might get, leave it in the comments. But thank you for watching.